What's good, people? Thank you as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. There you have it. As expected, Billy Joe Saunders is now a 2-weight world champion, as he's now the new WBO 168-pound world champion, as he beat Shefat Isufi comfortably, really, over 12 rounds. I think he was only troubled in the 6th, and he was troubled. He got tagged, stumbled back a bit, but then kind of refocused and went on to win it very, very easily. Billy Joe Saunders, prior to this, had a look at the boxing, or the odds, sorry, and he was 1-100 to win this fight. For those of you that are not betting people, let me briefly explain what that means. That means in order to win £1, you have to put down £100. That's how big a favourite Billy Joe Saunders was to win this, his second title at a new weight class, which is why I wasn't very interested in the fight to begin with. And that's no disrespect to Billy Joe Saunders. You've got to still go in there and do what you do. But look, for me, winning world titles, you should be fighting the best in your division. And I mean, I've never heard of Shefat Isufi. So as much as I want to give him credit for the win, I will give him some credit. It's not how you win a world title for me. Not at all. Winning a world title or defending it would have been good against Demetrius Andrade when was it supposed to be? Last year, October. That didn't happen. And now he's lucky, I think, in the fact that he gets this chance to become a second world champion at another weight class. Fingers crossed it's a better 2019 than it was 2018 for Billy Joe Saunders. And fingers crossed we can get some big fights. I don't know if we are going to get those big fights. I know I'm sounding a bit negative after what was a good performance, but let's just be honest here. Frank wasn't able to secure him big fights when he was world champion at 160 pounds. The biggest fight he was able to secure him was David Lemieux. Demetrius Andrade was a mandatory. So I don't know what he can secure him at 168. There is talk about Callum Smith. I mean, look, it's all well and good, this talk, but we've just got to be very realistic as boxing fans without being unrealistic. They're on 2 different TV networks. That's the first and foremost. Callum Smith is likely to fight on the undercard of Anthony Joshua and get that DAZN money. He's going to like that money. He fights on Sky Sports. One fights on BT Sports. One works for Frank Warren. One works for Eddie Hearn. So the likelihood, and it's all well and good saying a unification fight, fellow Brits, big stadium, it's not going to happen. Who are the other champions? The other champions are Caleb Plant, Benavidez, and who? Anthony Durrell. Anthony Durrell's more likely, but let's be honest, the fight that probably is going to happen is Chris Eubank Jr. That's what's going to happen. Chris Eubank Jr. is the IBO super middleweight champion. I think people forget that was a belt that was on the line against James DeGale. So that one's more likely to happen. Chris Eubank Jr. wants to avenge that defeat, what was it, 3.5, 4 years ago? So yeah, there is a big chance of that happening. But in terms of big fights out there for Billy Joe Saunders, I just can't see them happening. But what we do hope, and what I do hope, is that Billy Joe Saunders, puts his head down and really focuses this year, because, there is talent there. I've said it. There is talent there. In parts today against, I guess, a limited opponent, he showed how good he was. He got tagged because it was becoming that easy and he just got caught. But when he's really on his game, he does look a bit special. Is he as special as they say he is? A guy that could trouble Golovkin, Canelo, Jacobs, Charlo, Andrade? I don't know. I don't know. Can he make 160 again? I don't know. But I do think that there is a talent. Let's just hope Frank can get him fights. What do you guys think? Have you watched the fight? If you haven't, go and watch it. It's a decent performance. I don't know how many were there at Stevenage Borough Football Club. I don't see the point in doing it there, if I'm honest with you. I don't know why they did it there. Billy Joe Saunders doesn't seem, from what I know about Billy Joe Saunders, he's not a big football fan. And Frank Warren, I'm pretty sure, is an Arsenal fan. So I have no idea why they did it there. Yes, I get that he lives in Hertfordshire and close to it. But if there's no allegiance to the football club, it just doesn't make sense to me. Especially if you're doing it in those smaller stadiums, right? It doesn't make sense. Like Callum Smith wants to fight at Anfield because he's a Liverpool fan. Yeah, that makes sense. Josh Warrington, Leeds fan. Do you know what I mean? All that makes sense. Stevenage, Billy Joe Saunders is not a Stevenage Borough Football Club fan, from what I know anyway. Anyway, what do you guys think of the fight? Let me know. Peace.